Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. Hello, Kid Cudi's on the stage right now. Not the stage, but on the stand right now. God. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning. Hello, everybody. Hello. How is everybody doing? How is everyone doing? Hi, guys. We are in session. 100 of you are here. Kid Cudi is testifying as we speak. Kid Cudi is testifying as we speak. I'm going to wait another minute before we get into this. Of course, I got a fresh cut, guys. I got a fresh beard cut. I got it all, guys. Look at the fresh cut. Is everyone ready? Let's see if I can. Thank you, guys. The beard is bearding. You can now see your comments on the stream. There's a new feature that's been added, so you guys can see what you guys are saying on the actual stream. But yes, I want to wait another 20 seconds, 2 minutes before we get into this. Hello, everybody. Come on, Knoxville, Tennessee. Nice cut. Thanks, guys. I got a cut today. Whew. Okay, 300 of you guys are in here. Good morning. Like the fresh cut. Also got a new shirt as well. I love Blue on Me. Blue on Me looks great, guys. Skin fade, beard, everything. Amazing. We got to get into this, guys. We have to now, as you can see, guys, the jury's entering, and Kid Cudi is testifying right now. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through everything from the beginning. This trial started today. It started 2 days ago, 2 hours ago, sorry. And we're just gonna get into what we've missed so far, so that you guys basically get an understanding of what is going on. So, U.S. vs. Sean Combs, day 9, 6 witnesses, including Kid Cudi on the Molotov cocktail crossed by Brian Steele. Today is a big day. We got Brian Steele in the cross-examination. We've got 6 witnesses. We've got Kid Cudi, who's also one of them. And I've also got a fresh cut at the same time. I was ready, guys. We've been ready. Today's going to be a big day for us. So welcome to the stream. Hopefully everyone's keeping well. Let's get into this day 9. So note down at the courthouse. You know what? Let me close the window, child, because people don't know how to stop talking on the streets. And it's so annoying. It's so annoying. We're about to get into this, period. Come on, William Benjamin. Come on, William Benjamin. Thank you so much for the $10. Keep this. Let's keep the supers coming. Let's keep the supers going, guys. Who's next? Thank you, William. Thank you so much. So, note down at the courthouse entrance, much security, presumably for arrival of Kid Cudi. Judge let Mr. Kaplan back on the stand and continue. Prosecution says, when did you carry cash for Diddy? Kaplan says 50,000 on his private jet. Did you pick up cash for Diddy? Kaplan says 10,000 at Western Union from Combs Enterprise. Prosecution says, what long-term relationships of Diddy were you aware of? He mentions Cassie, Kim, and Gina. Who was Kim, the mother of his children? Cassie, the girlfriend. Gina, another girlfriend. The jet flights, prosecution says, the jet flight, to Las Vegas, what was the layout of the jet? Kaplan says 4 chairs, a partition. I had a partial view of my right shoulder. Prosecution says, when you witnessed the violence by Diddy on Cassie, why didn't you intervene? He said, purely because of my career. Prosecution, after the last glass breaking, what did Diddy do? He came forward, Cassie stayed in the back, he asked me to get cream to conceal the bruising on her face. How did you pay for it? He said, corporate credit card. Prosecution, why did you leave Diddy's enterprise? Kaplan says, I didn't think I should be covering things up like buying the witch Hazel. Also, my father had cancer. Any violence? He said he threw things at Gina in the entryway of the main way of the home. What was he throwing? Green apples. Okay. Green apples. You just be throwing fruit at Gina. How hard? Very hard. Laid out the medicine bag into their room. Mr. Combs wanted me to leave quickly. Then what? I heard Gina at the gate and male voices. Who? Security. When you left, what did you do? He said, I collected myself, then went to work for an integrated marketing firm. Cross-examination begins. Diddy's lawyer. Why did you work for Combs Enterprise? He said he was an incredible entrepreneur. I have learned from him. Diddy's lawyer. What did Brian do to as CEO? He said ensuring profitability of each unit. And Kaplan, I was an employee when Revolt TV launched. Diddy's lawyer says, tell me about it. He said, well, we were on the 6th floor of 1710 Broadway. Everyone was there. It was momentous. Diddy's lawyer, diversity was important to Diddy. Kaplan says, specifically for African Americans. Diddy's lawyer says, what did Blue Flame do? Kaplan said, marketing for Ciroc. What is Diageo? Kaplan says, they own Johnny Walker and others. Mr. Combs set up a marketing entity for Ciroc. Diddy's lawyer says, your job, what is it? Kaplan says, for example, Mr. Combs would say, we are going to leave the house. He meant 3 to 5 minutes. I had a checklist for the bags and toiletry. It was a bad look for me if something wasn't in there. Diddy's lawyer continues, is there a binder near you? I can't read that. Kaplan says, it says Southern District. He interrupts. I'm handing you something to refresh your collection. Take a look at it as long as you want to. Diddy's lawyer says, you run an offsite training, a graduate from Harvard Business School. Also, Kenny Burns. Diddy's lawyer, Kaplan says, I remember. Diddy's lawyer, you were effective, right? He says, I worked hard. Diddy's lawyer says, I don't know how you'll answer. Was it good or bad? He said, well, it was complicated. Diddy's lawyer continues, he didn't need to yell at you when you brought 2 waters. Kaplan says, well, I worked hard. Okay, who was Biggie? He said, a huge rapper who unfortunately passed away. Diddy's lawyer, wasn't Biggie's birthday a holiday at Combs Enterprise? Yes. Diddy's lawyer says, was it a creative environment? He said it attracted all kinds of creative people, lawyers, musicians, advertising people. Diddy's lawyer, a few specific questions. You used a corporate credit card? He said, yes. How did Diddy pay? KK held his wallet with a black Amex in it. There we go. Christina is even being mentioned when the cross-examination, when the defense are asking questions about her. That to me is crazy. You have no reason to think he kept track of how baby oil was paid for. He said no reason. Or applesauce. He loves applesauce, Kaplan says. Diddy's lawyer, on cheeseburgers, smiles. Kaplan's on everything. Diddy's lawyer says, let's talk about the plane. You heard glass breaking. You didn't see it? He said, I didn't see it. The incident was with Gina. You walk into the house, there's a thin table. He says, I don't know. Diddy's lawyer, you don't remember how a person could get out of gate of 2-Star Island? Kaplan said, no, I just heard screaming and commotion. Diddy's lawyer said, screams of terror or screams of how can I open this gate? He says, I don't know how to distinguish between the two. Diddy's lawyer says, he threatened your jobs, but did he physically threaten you? Diddy said no. Not Diddy, sorry, Diddy's worker. Diddy's lawyer says, you talk about Kim Porter, how she was different. Kaplan said, yes, his respect for her. They had incredible kids. Thank you. Diddy's lawyer says, when you set up hotel rooms for Diddy and Miss Porter, there was no baby oil, right? Kaplan said, lotions. Diddy's lawyer said, you expressed caution about hotels. Why you clean the room afterwards? Kaplan said the hotel staff could sell the photos. Everybody wants a payday. Thank you so much, La Porsche Banks, for the $5. I really appreciate it, guys. Keep the supers coming. Keep the supers coming. Keep the supers coming. After she died, I was heartbroken for him. Diddy's lawyer said, you were close. Kaplan said, I invited him to my wedding. I didn't hear back. Objections. Surprised looks. Diddy's lawyer said, you respected him? He said, yes. Diddy's lawyer says, what's this photo of? Kaplan says, it's me, Christina Coram, and Diddy at Teterboro Airport. He just got the jet. That's why there's champagne. Diddy's lawyer says, you're happy there, right? Kaplan says, no, refresh it. It said I was glad I had found the mascara in the back seat. Diddy's lawyer, they found you and subpoenaed you? Kaplan said, I had to retain counsel right away. No further questions. The judge says, do you want to redirect? The prosecution say, yes. Which incidents shook you? He says, the plane with Cassie and the apples with Gina. Kaplan says, I felt guilty. I didn't do anything after the incident with Cassie on the plane. But you didn't see any injuries? Prosecution says. He responds, people can be injured without injuring being visible. The tonality and tension with the apples he threw at Gina, it was troubling. Prosecution says, you told Christina Coram about both incidents. Kaplan said, yes, and I told her I'm unwilling to stand behind the behavior that I was quitting. Did Christina say she would quit? Kaplan said no. Boom! Bye. Bye. Love you. Bye. Sorry, guys. That was my niece saying bye to me. This in itself is interesting. It was my niece, not my nephew, guys. Yeah. You have a niece too. I have 2 nieces. I have 4 nephews. Christina Coram got mentioned. Morales is going to be lighting up. Absolutely, guys. I'm so happy, guys, that Christina Coram got mentioned. The fact that she said that she wouldn't quit. How long did she stay after you told her? Until recently. Oh, so she just quit right now. This in itself is huge to me, guys, that once again Christina Coram is being mentioned. And I feel like prosecution are mentioning Christina Coram so much so because I feel she's going to testify. Christina, you fool. Now, Kid Cudi comes into the stand. We call Scott Cudi. Kid Cudi takes a witness stand in a leather jacket, white shirt, and blue jeans. Prosecution says, what did you do for work? He says, I'm an actor and musician known as Kid Cudi. Who is this? It's Cassie. Kid Cudi continues, we dated in 2011. Prosecution says, who else was she involved with? Kid Cudi says, Sean Combs. Prosecution states, what did you know about their status? Kid Cudi said that she and Sean Combs had some problems and they weren't dating anymore. Prosecution says, in December 2011, did law enforcement respond to your home? Kid Cudi said, yes, I had a break-in. Cassie called me at 5:30 or 6 a.m. She said Sean Combs had found out about us. She asked about me to pick her up, so I did. Yeah? Why did you pick her up? Kid Cudi said she was worried. Thank you so much, Cindy Chan, for the MYR60. Thank you so much. What is MYR60? Let me see. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Somebody said LB has been subpoenaed. For those who are joining right now, we are live. Kid Cudi is currently on the stand. What was her demeanor? Kid Cudi says, very stressed and worried. Where did you go? He said, the Sunset Marquis. Why? Because I thought it was safe. I thought it was off the radar, Kid Cudi says. Prosecution states, who else did you speak with? Kid Cudi said, Capricorn Clark. She sounded near tears. What did she say? That Sean Combs is in the car near my house. Brian Steele, objection. Judge overruled. Get in. Wow. So already Kid Cudi has mentioned Capricorn Clark, that Diddy was in the car, and that Capricorn Clark was actually in tears on the phone. Crazy tea. This is messy. Prosecution says, you called Sean Combs. Kid Cudi said, I did. He said, I'm over here waiting for you. Prosecution says, when you arrived, what did the outside look like? Kid Cudi said, pretty normal. Any security cameras? Yes, but I found out that they were not working. Kid Cudi says, but the security cameras had been moved. Prosecution says, did you move them? No. What did you see inside your home? Kid Cudi says, gifts were open. Some stuff I got from Chanel, and my dog was locked up in the bathroom. What? Gifts were open. Some stuff I got from Chanel, and my dog was locked up in the bathroom, and security cameras had been moved. Mess. Messy, messy, messy. Messy, messy, messy. Messy, messy, messy. Wow. Now, but the security cameras have been moved. Yep. How did you usually leave your dog? I let him roam. Prosecution says, how long had you had your dog? Kid Cudi says 3 years. Prosecution states, what changes were behavior of your dog after the break-in? Kid Cudi said that he was very jittery and on edge all the time. Poor dog, guys. Poor dog. Poor dog. Kid Cudi says, I got back in and Diddy called me again. I was looking for him. I wanted to fight him, you know. Prosecution said, did he answer? Kid Cudi said, yeah. He said, I'm on the way. I thought to myself, objection. Judge says, grounds. Brian Steele says, non-responsive. Overruled. Judge said, ask a new question. Prosecution says, when you saw Cassie, how did she seem? Depressed. Did you see Cassie in Connecticut? Kid Cudi said, yes. She... Oh, that's a bit weird. Where did the screen go? Sorry, guys. There we go. I don't know what happened. My bad, guys. My bad. Asking you a question. When you saw Cassie, how did she seem? Depressed. Did you see Cassie in Connecticut? Yes, she needed it. Prosecution said, did he call you? And Kid Cudi said, yes, he hit me a few times. Hit? Kid Cudi said, call me. Kid Cudi, you can't speak like this when you're on the stand, man. Prosecution says, what did you say? Kid Cudi said that I didn't want to talk with him. He broke into my house and he hurt my dog. Did you and Cassie break up? Yes. What about your car? Kid Cudi said, my dog's babysitter called me and told me that my car was on fire. Where were you? I'm a relative of my ex-girlfriend. Where did you go? Kid Cudi says, to my house, 8925 Hollywood Hills Road. Prosecution says, let me show you 6 pictures. Do you recognize this? Kid Cudi said, yes, it's my Porsche. Kid Cudi says, that's the damage to my Porsche from the Molotov cocktail. Prosecution says, who took these photos? Kid Cudi said, Chip, a good friend and collaborator. Prosecution says, what's depicted here? Kid Cudi said, the hole they cut in the roof of my car to put in the Molotov cocktail. Prosecution says, what was your reaction to the car being set on fire? What the F, he said. Objection, judge overruled. Break. A break has arrived, but this was 32 minutes ago, guys. So maybe the break has, resumed. We don't know. Before the jurors come back, the judge says, will you finish the witnesses of today? Prosecution says, yes, though the cross of Mr. Kaplan was 3 times longer than we thought. Jury entering. Prosecution, was the damage... breaks already over, child. This is why I'm glad I came into this late. So that we don't have to wait for these breaks and etc. Keep the comments coming. Keep the thumbs up coming on the video. And keep the super chat tips coming, baby. We are live with the Diddy trial and Kid Cudi is testifying. Let me just take a minute break because I was reading a lot in those 20 minutes. He hurt the dog? Absolutely. Absolutely. He hurt the dog, guys. Not the dog. Not the dog. Now Diddy's going to really get cancelled because he's been hitting dogs. Molotov cocktails is crazy. What psycho's willing to just torch someone's car just because they need to stay right in jail? Yeah. Even the pets were in it, yeah. Okay. Was the damage on your car present before the call from the dog sitter? Kid Cudi says no. Prosecution says, did you think it was accidental or intentional? He said, definitely intentional. Prosecution says, when did you last see Cassie? Kid Cudi said, at the Soho House. I'd reached out to Sean Combs and said, let's talk. This is getting out of hand. Not Soho House not Soho House, part of this madness. Diddy's lawyer, Brian Steele, says, can we have a sidebar? Judge says, do you have an objection? Yes. Judge says, sustained, disregard, and move on. Period. Not sustain, disregard, and move on. That is hilarious. Prosecution, who set up the meeting at Soho House? D-Rock and my manager. Prosecution, what was Diddy doing? And Kid Cudi said, standing there like a Super Marvel villain. Everybody in the jury is laughing. Some laughter. I'm screaming. Kid Cudi really said, standing there like a Marvel super villain. Some laughter. You better come with the jokes. You better come with the jokes. Day and night. Come on, day and night. Swing by the night. Night. Day and night. Listen, I'm playing that song all week because Kid Cudi's coming in strong. He said, were you homies? You know, that is my girl. He said, we were homies. You know, that is my girl. Oh, prosecution said, what did you say? Kid Cudi said, I thought we had broken up. Then Sean Combs offered me water twice. Not the offering of water. Kid Cudi said, it was so weird. Diddy was being so calm. What did Cassie say? Kid Cudi said that we have fallen in love and things happened. Prosecution says, what did you say to Diddy? Kid Cudi said, what about my car? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. I walked away. Prosecution says, did you see Sean Combs later? Kid Cudi said, a few years later, also at Soho House, he said, I'm just sorry for all of that BS. I was surprised, so I found peace with it. Prosecution says, no further questions at this time. Judge says, Mr. Steele. Here we go. Mr. Steele. Mr. Steele, guys. Mr. Steele. The big shot, the big lawyer is now coming to the stand officially to do his first cross-examination. Diddy offering Kid Cudi water twice and Kid Cudi stating Diddy offered me water twice is definitely bizarre. Don't take no water. Don't take nothing from that man. This is what I've been saying, that they're all trying to act like super villains in X-Men. They're saying the X-Men, guys. 1:45 a.m. in Australia. Wow. Diddy's lawyer. I want to ask you some questions about your Porsche in 2022. Diddy says 2012. Brian Steele, get it right. Get the dates right. Brian Steele says, I apologize. You got a call about damage to your vehicle. Any surveillance photos? Kid Cudi says, no. My dog's babysitter did send me images of the damage. Diddy's lawyer says, the DNA taken. Are you aware it came back being a female? Objection, no foundation. Judge says sustained. Do you know that there were DNA results? I'll allow that. Kid Cudi said no. Diddy's lawyer, Cassie told you it was over. Kid Cudi said, well, yes, we just stopped talking. Brian Steele said, you told this honorable court and this jury that she played you. Cassie said, yes. Brian Steele, she played you and you had no clue? Kid Cudi said, no clue. They're going to play on Cassie, guys. But this is not Diddy versus Cassie. It's the government versus Diddy when it comes to the courts. So I don't understand what Brian is doing, but wrong road. Wrong road. Wrong road. Okay? Diddy's lawyer, in 2011, you went on a tour. Cassie said yes. Diddy said yes. Brian, 65 locations? Yeah. At that time, Brian Steele says, Sean Combs is an icon. Fair to say? Kid Cudi said yes. Steele says, you and Cassie were intimate. Objection, sidebar. Sidebar happens. After sidebar, Kid Cudi, Mr. Steele, can I? Judge says no. You cannot. You can do that on redirect. Interesting. Can you do what? Mr. Steele said, can I? Judge says no. You can do that on redirect. Steele says, do you want to tell me something? Kid Cudi says, Charles, there's too many names. It's stressing me out. Brian Steele says, do you want to tell me something? Kid Cudi said, Sean Combs asked about me doing a song with Cassie in 2010. Steele says, thank you. Diddy's lawyer, you believe they left your front door unlocked? Cassie, not Cassie. Kid Cudi said yes. Steele says no forced entry. Kid Cudi, no. Steele, just presented, opened door in the bathroom. I'm not belittling, just asking. You called Diddy? Kid Cudi said yeah. He was calm? Yeah, he was calm. That is the latest update. Oh, we got another one. Diddy's lawyer says, you went to see him. You didn't think he had a gun? Kid Cudi said, I couldn't call it. Steele says, you are a strong person. That's how you categorize yourself? Yeah, this crossed the line. Steele says, Cassie told you she was harmed. Kid Cudi said, yes. Steele about to cook him now. Where is Steele going with this? During cross-examination, Kid Cudi said he wanted to clarify that he believed Sean Diddy Combs asked him to do a song with Cassie. The first time Cassie spoke to him about her relationship with Diddy was around Thanksgiving in 2010. That's when she was telling me that she was having problems. Kid Cudi testified earlier today that he met Cassie around 2008 and dated her around 2011. Kid Cudi said just stopped talking with Cassie after the relationship ended. He testified. Defense says that DNA taken from Kid Cudi's damaged car belonged to a woman. On a cross-examination, Kid Cudi confirmed that DNA was collected from his vehicle. Defense attorney Brian asked Kid Cudi if he was aware that the DNA results that came back were from a woman. What woman? Cassie? Who do we think that is, guys? Thank you, Robin Brooks. Who do we think this woman is? I'm confused. It must be Cassie, no? Kid Cudi testifying about the 2011 incident in which he said Sean Diddy Combs told him that he was inside the house, confirmed there was no damage to his home after the apparent break-in. He said Diddy did not threaten him when they spoke that day. Diddy's calm demeanor was off-putting. Apologized years later for past incidents. Kid Cudi testifies. This is killing me. That is so funny. Thank you, Robin Brooks. You are killing it. Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the $2, guys. I do wonder who that is. Kid Cudi asked for a meeting with Combs after the fire. He testifies. Guys, we've got so many witnesses to go through today. I want you guys to understand that Kid Cudi is just the second. There's apparently 6 witnesses today that are apparently being called. I'm wondering who is after Kid Cudi. I'm very confused. I'm genuinely very confused. Diddy's lawyer says, but she never said she was SA. True. Kid Cudi said she did not. Steele, you loved her? Tell me if I'm wrong. I did. You got played by the same person who played Diddy, Cassie Ventura. Look how this is where he's going with this. This is where he's going with this. You got played by the same person who played Diddy. ... Cassie. Ugly, guys. This is ugly. This is ugly. That's where he's going with this. Brian Steele, you're really going out like this? You're really going out like this. You got played by the same person who played Diddy, Cassie said, via Cassie Ventura. Thank you, Tina. Janice Combs wig film at 11. Thank you so much. Not Janice Combs wig. There should be I completely agree. Why Adi Batista says objection. Why is there no objection to that? There should be, and hopefully there should be in the next, because that is a wild thing for you to say. Right. He stayed up all night coming up with that one. That's what I'm trying to find out. Farnsworth is someone with his family living his best life. You got played by the same person who played Diddy, Cassie Ventura. Objection, LOL. Thank you. Making Cassie the villain is a bad look for the defense. Oh, people are angry with this. Victim blaming in 4K. Steele, you're weird. Yeah. Making her the villain is not going to work out well. It's also just gross. Steele, this is weak. I'm sorry. Yeah, people are not buying it. Disgusting, weird. Steele, where are you going with this? Oh, brother. No one's buying into this, guys. This can't be what Steele is doing. The big shot, the big shot lawyer. This is what you can't. This is what you're doing. You got played by the same person who played. New update. Diddy's lawyer. In the 13, there was no objection. In the 13 years since, have you ever been notified in California that there's been any more action on this car fire? He said no. Diddy's lawyer. Did Cassie have multiple phones? Kid Cudi says, I don't remember. Steele says 35 to 12. Kid Cudi said, if I said it, I said it. Period. This is what I was looking for. That's what he's trying to say. Kid Cudi is standing on what he is saying. Do you understand? He is standing on what he is saying. Thank you, Melo C. It makes sense they would use that line of questioning. It takes a second individual to defend the diddler. Thank you, Melo C, for the $5. Thank you so much. Why Murad sucks his teeth like a true West Indian? I'm from South London, guys. South London, like we do that a lot here. So that's probably why I'm kissing my teeth. Or just London in general. It's just I know this was so dumb. I'm so glad that you peeped this, because that Mark Agnafilo, that's what he did. He objected to his own question. It was so stupid. Diddy's lawyer says, do you know what a burner phoner is? Kid Cudi said, untraceable. Diddy's lawyer, the trespass, you call it a break-in. Cassie told you she'd given your home address to Diddy. Kid Cudi said, yes, in the morning. Steele says, no more questions, thanks. No problem. Oh my God. Oh my God. So just because Cassie gave the address to Diddy, you're not blaming her for it. This is weak, man. The trespass, you call it a break-in. Cassie told you she'd given your home address to Diddy. Yes, in the morning. So that means that just because Cassie gave the address, Diddy is exonerated from any accountability for his actions for the fact that he carried this out. She's also one to blame. It's a pathetic, it's just a weak defense. I'm disappointed, guys. I'm disappointed in the defense. I wanna know what your thoughts are on this defense. Do you guys think it's good? Do you think it's bad? I think it's a very weak defense. Do you guys think it's weak or strong? Because what is this? The trespass, you call it a break-in. Cassie told you she'd given your home address to Diddy. And then prior to that, Cassie played you like she played Diddy. Like Cassie's the big bad wolf. When there's a video of Diddy dragging this girl back in the hotel room. Like, it's very obvious that Diddy's lawyers are taking on this case for money, because what kind of defense is this? I don't understand. Disappointing. Redirect. Prosecution says, what did Cassie confide you in about the abuse? Kid Cudi said that he would hit her, sometimes kick her, but Cassie's the big bad wolf, guys. Cassie's the one who's playing everybody. Cassie is the one that's playing everyone, like Brian Steele was saying. But immediately in the redirect via the prosecution, Kid Cudi has already confirmed that this is what Diddy was doing to this woman. The day of the break-in, was she carefree? Kid Cudi said no. Prosecution says, what did Capricorn... This is what I need to get into. What did Capricorn Clark tell you? Kid Cudi said, Sean Combs and an affiliate forced her into a car to come to my house and I called the police. Prosecution says, how would you describe Cassie that day? She was really shook, him finding out about us. Here we go. Anyone with a brain can see she was forced to go to his house by Diddy. This defense is grasping straws. Call Capricorns to the stand then. She got some explaining to do. Well, Capricorn Clark is coming to the stand. Capricorn Clark is going to be questioned about this. What Kid Cudi has just described right now in regards to her being forced into the car. Capricorn Clark gets onto that stand and corroborates Kid Cudi's story. Is game over. Prosecution can't do shite in this conversation. Because you got Diddy's own assistants confirming via Kid Cudi that she was forced into this car to come with Diddy to confront Kid Cudi. Just because she gave the address, she's now the one who's at fault. And Brian also saying that, oh, Cassie played you like he played Diddy. What are you doing, Brian Steele? You are embarrassing yourself. Come and see embarrassment. Come and see shame. Come and see nonsense. Because I don't know what you're doing in terms of a defense. This is how weak your defense is. It's pathetic. I'm shocked. I am bamboozled. I'm so shocked, guys, because this is what you're doing, Brian Steele, the big man lawyer. Thank you, FMJ. And he says, what's quackalacking? Clearly a lot is quackalacking here. And you've got Don't Look Down with Erin. Thank you for the $10. She says, Steele looks petty and pathetic. The jurors are not stupid like the defense think they are. They can see right through Steele and the rest. And this is what I really want to talk about, the jury's perspective, per her comment. If we can see what Brian is doing, the jury can definitely see it. Shame is free. Doesn't cost 99 cents. Doesn't cost $2 like the Party City wigs that Janice Combs is wearing. Shame is free, guys. Doesn't cost like those expensive big man heels that Diddy is wearing in the freak off cabinets. Shame is free. But that damn Christina Coram, when she gets up on stage, it's going to be a whole problem. I know she's coming to do it. I know she's been flipped. I know when she comes, when they call her to be witness, hey, problem. Prosecution says, why did your relationship with Cassie end? Kid Cudi said, the drama. It was getting out of hand. I wanted to give space. Prosecution says, what drama? Kid Cudi said, the break-in for my safety, her safety. Objection, grounds. Steele says, speculation and overruled. Diddy's lawyer says, why did you have safety concerns? Not Diddy's lawyer. Prosecution says, why did you have safety concerns? Sorry. Kid Cudi says, because I know Sean Combs was violent. Diddy's lawyer says, sidebar, Your Honor, may be approached. They basically want to discuss everything because they know they're losing this case. That's why they're asking for a sidebar. I absolutely agree. Can you guys agree? Kid Cudi is doing a fantastic job right now. Kid Cudi is coming in strong. Kid Cudi has been one of the most powerful witnesses alongside Cassie, Cassie's mother, and Kerry Morgan. These four have been powerful, great witnesses that we've needed. And this is not the prosecution saying that Diddy is violent. This is a witness that's called to the stand. Yeah, people are already reading it. Steele will object and sidebar someone anytime someone exposes the character of Diddy. The judge is biased. Kid Cudi is eating on the stand today. What a great witness. One of the prosecution's best witnesses so far. Everyone is agreeing. Kid Cudi is a powerful witness. Get him. Steele, you need to sit this out. This is so good. Kid Cudi spitting so much Rico flavored tea. Like, I'm great. Thank you, Philadelphia, for the $10. On top of everything, she states, Diddy was cheap, which is hilarious. Day and night. No, 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 no. Prosecution says the meeting at the Soho House. Diddy said, I don't know what you're talking about your car. Did you believe him? Objection. Judge says, rephrase it. Ha ha. Prosecution says, what was your understanding? Kid Cudi said that he was lying. No further questions. Boom. This is what we needed. This is what we needed. Kid Cudi said, I felt like this man was lying. Do you understand? And this I completely agree with. Capricorn Clark's testimony will be the nail in the coffin. Sorry, guys. I know you're hearing me type it and it can be annoying. I'm just writing notes for today's video. Solid end. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Murad type like a court reporter. Damn, typing what fast? Oh, I type fast, guys. Please. He drops. For those who are saying, did he drop any names? He dropped Capricorn Clark. Not someone said yes, Twitter fingers. I want to hear an old school typewriter like Murad she wrote. Murad can type faster than the court transcriber. I'm so great that they did this. Oh, wow. Wow. The judge says any recross? Diddy's lawyer says no. Mr. Cudi, you're done. Kid Cudi said all right, and he leaves. Break. Kid Cudi! Kid Cudi, guys. Kid Cudi did what he needed to do. Kid Cudi did, guys, what he needed to do. Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi, we're happy. You got your leg back. Diddy's going down, guys. Oh my God. That man is going down. Do you understand? For Brian Steele to sit there and say, oh, but so Cassie played you like you played Diddy. Oh, but Cassie was the one that gave Diddy your address. Huh? Is that all you've got? That's all you've got. That's all you've got for your defense, Mr. Brian Steele, the big lawyer. The big lawyer. The big lawyer, guys. The big lawyer who got Young Thug out. This is what you're coming up with. Embarrassing. 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 Embarrassing, embarrassing, embarrassing. Embarrassing. This is what you've got. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Thank you, Lisa Winston, for the £3. We have over 2,000 of you in here right now. Over 2,000 of you in here right now. So I'm assuming I want to see what CNN have stated, if they've got any more information on this. On redirect examination, Kid Cudi testified that Sean Diddy Combs' employee Capricorn Clark called Kid Cudi from outside his own home that morning in December 2011, and she told him Diddy came to her apartment and physically forced her into the car. This in itself is so important. It's so important. Such a strong witness. Oh, what a great witness for prosecution. He said Cassie was really shook that morning, worried about Diddy, finally knowing that we had been hanging out and that he had my address and he was probably going to my house. Kid Cudi said he and Cassie broke up in 2011 because the drama had been way too much. And he said, because I knew that Sean Combs was violent. Can you just imagine? Thank you, dear Brando, for the $20. Keep the tips coming, guys. Keep the super chats coming. Keep the tips coming. We are live with the Diddy trial, nearly an hour in, with over 2,000 of you here. Kid Cudi basically is testifying, and we are currently on a break, and we will resume. And we've got plenty of new big witnesses that are coming to the stand. It's a great day for the prosecution. I know. Like, I hate when people do this. Kaplan said he loves applesauce. Like, no shade, but I hate when these assistants want to come and with some kind of funny, remarks. This is a very serious case. Keep that on the playground, guys. Respectfully, keep that on the playground. This was so important that he said, because I knew Sean Combs was violent, he used those words. And when Brian Steele was offered to do a recross, Brian Steele said no. He said, we're not going to do that because we ain't got nothing else to say. Prosecutor Emily Johnson is back up for redirect. Johnson asked what Cassie had told Kid Cudi about the physical, and he said that he would hit her and sometimes kick her. This look like the words he's using here are exact. Can you imagine being part of the jury? I love when we have a great witness that is just giving you the answers and you don't even need anything else. You don't even need paragraphs. The man is giving you clear, concise responses in a sentence. That's all that is needed. And this is what somebody said. Tommy said, let's remember Capricorn Clark was savagely beaten because of the Kid Cudi incident. So I can't wait. I can't wait, guys. I cannot wait for her to take the stand. Right, Nicole. Nicole Michelle said Kid Cudi understood the assignment. Right. He absolutely did. He did what he needed to do. And I can hopefully continue to. I don't know when Capricorn is taking the stand, but it's definitely this week. Yeah. Capricorn Clark, she is key. She is key, guys. Christina Coram, what we know about Christina Coram, a former top executive of Sean Diddy Combs' business empire, has been mentioned several times during the testimony today. Coram is the former chief of staff of Combs Enterprises. Christina, AKKK, keeps everything in my life and my business running, Combs wrote. Coram came under scrutiny earlier this year, and there have been civil complaints, and Coram released a statement as well. The fact that CNN are doing a paragraph on her is very interesting. Like, this is crazy. Kid Cudi's Porsche was damaged with a Molotov cocktail. Do you know what a Molotov cocktail is? And the fact that Diddy and his people had access to this. Crazy. And the fact that this man was trying to give Diddy water twice. He tried to poison Diddy. No, Diddy tried to poison Kid Cudi. Because Diddy offered him the water twice, and he was like, "Why is this guy offering me water twice? It just seems a bit weird." I won't be taking anything from Diddy. On redirect, prosecutor Emily Johnson pressed Kid Cudi about his meeting with Sean Combs after Kid Cudi's car was damaged. At the meeting, when Kid Cudi asked about the car, Diddy responded that he didn't know what he was talking about. Kid Cudi had testified. Johnson asked what Kid Cudi thought about Diddy's response, and he said he thought that he was lying. And then the prosecution ended it right there. That is the last thing on the jury's mind, that this man is lying. Look at this man. Look at Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi arrives. That's Kid Cudi. That is what Kid Cudi looked like whilst he was on the stand, guys. That is the latest court sketch, and I wanted to just show you guys that that is the latest court sketch. Somebody says, "Do you have DoorDash or Uber Eats in the UK?" We have Uber Eats. Keep the tips coming. Keep the super chats coming. Keep the comments coming. Give the video a thumbs up. Follow me on my Instagram at Murad_Morali. It's all right there. Someone said the court artist is tripping. That is how he looked like when he was on the stand today. And he came in. Kid Cudi did not even give a damn. This guy came in smoking, leather jacket, and they obviously both had a relationship together. That is what he looked like. Cameras all over with Kid Cudi coming to represent today. Crazy, guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy. He messed. I don't know what he was doing with the dog. I don't know what he was doing with the dog. Tory Lanez has been transferred after the prison stabbing. He's not safe in the previous cell. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that, but that story was crazy, guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy indeed. Yeah, this witness 100% sealed Diddy's fate. Thank you, Natalie, for gifting 5 Murad Morali memberships. Love that. Like, what was he doing with the dog? Like what was he doing with the dog, guys? What was he doing with the dog? Only watch you. Your man's delivery is perfect and you're hilarious. Thank you, Blake. I mean, that's what this is giving. And it's very sad. Very sad. I can't believe Kid Cudi did that. What was your understanding that he was lying? No further questions. The judge has any recross? Diddy's lawyer says, no, Your Honor. Judge says, Kid Cudi, you're done. Hello, Natalie. For those who are asking for an update, Kid Cudi basically just came and annihilated Diddy, confirmed the abuse, confirmed that he was violent. The defense had nothing. They didn't know what to do. Confirmed the animal, abuse as well. And basically talked about the fact that he had Kid Cudi's dog in jitters and basically harmed him and harmed the dog and traumatized the dog. So this in itself is pretty big. He was very confident. He gave great answers. And he was fantastic on the stand. And so I'm really pleased that we've had a strong prosecutor witness today. He did very well. There he is as he went in. Yeah. Mila Morales, Cassie's friend and longtime makeup artist, is set to be the next person, guys. Is set to be the next person, guys, who is going to testify today. Mila Morales. Okay, so that's Mila Morales, guys. This is Mila Morales. Someone said, come on, Mila. She clearly has already spoken to CNN as well. I heard Diddy beat Cassie. Okay, so she's next, guys. This is who's next. Once the break resumes. Thank you so much for the £5. Murad, great job continuing do what you do. Kid Cudi was a fantastic witness. I do believe that. Ali Berry 874. Thank you. Mila Morales is a makeup artist Cassie has described as her big sister. Is expected to testify today. The two were staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel in the night Cassie came home from a party at Prince's home in LA, pursued by an allegedly irate Sean Combs. Interesting. Not Prince's home. Kid Cudi yawned a few times during his testimony and seemed to take pleasure in describing Diddy as resembling a Marvel villain. When defense attorney Brian Steele thanked Ms. Cudi for his testimony, he replied, "Yep, no problem." crazy. Sean Combs and his assistants broke into Kid Cudi's house and unwrapped his Christmas presents. Oh, interesting. The next witness, who was Cassie's friend and makeup artist, did a terrible interview on Piers Morgan. Interesting. Interesting. That is how Kid Cudi looked. FMJ with the £10. Thank you. He says, trying to steal Christmas. He needs to go down. Why would you break into somebody's home and just unwrap their presents and play with their dog? Oh, Diddy! Diddy! Oh, wow, guys. Wow. Wow, guys. You want to get into this report? Exclusive. Diddy appears to frequently pass gas during the trial. Lord have mercy. Sean Diddy Combs is currently on trial. He's been in the courtroom every day. And we've been keeping a close eye on Diddy himself, his body language, his reactions, and his composure. And while much of the courtroom is focused on the witness stand and mounting accusations, it's impossible not to notice Diddy's demeanor, which has been anything but relaxed. Each day the mogul arrives, media takeouts courtroom observers have noted frequent shifting in his seat, adjusting his posture, leaning forward and then back, all classic signs of discomfort. At times, he appears physically uneasy, squirming in his chair or fidgeting with his clothes. There have been moments when courtroom attendees exchange glances over odd sudden noises coming from Diddy's direction, nothing overtly disruptive, but noticeable enough to prompt whispers. Okay. Not the bubble guts. Whew. Court observers to be frequently passing gas during the trial. What's also worth noting is how the courtroom seems to orbit around his presence. When Diddy enters or exits, there's a subtle shift. Media, observers, and even legal staff pay close attention. He's used to commanding rooms, but in this space, he is no longer in control, and it shows. Several court attendees have commented quietly about Diddy's discomfort during proceedings, while others say it could be stress. One observer said he still walks in like a man used to being in power, but when the testimony starts, you can see the weight of it all pressing down. Wow. Come on, Poop Daddy. Not Poop Daddy. He needs to wear a diaper. Come on, Poop Daddy. Just embarrassing. Lord. Just wow. Wow.
Up happening is there's going to be conversations about hearsay. Remember, we talked about hearsay. Hearsay is an out-of-court statement being used to prove the truth of the matter asserted. So out of court, you need to be able to cross-examine and talk about something. So what could be a problem generally is if Kid Cudi gets on the stand and said, Diddy said blank. Well, normally you're like, well, that's hearsay. Diddy didn't say. There's a rule. There's something called statements against interest and statement by a party opponent. Diddy is a party opponent, so usually stuff that he says you might be able to get in, but more importantly, there's something called a statement against interest. The purpose of hearsay is to keep out stuff that's not reliable. If there are certain statements that you shouldn't say, and then if you say them, people are like, yeah, you would have only said that shit if you did some shit. Think about the O.J. Simpson thing when he.
There he goes. There he goes. No statements were made. He just left. No statements were made. He didn't give anything. He did what he needed to do in that leather jacket and them tight jeans. And he said, I'm going to be on my way. Period. And he said, I'm going to be on my way, guys. And he said, I'm going to be on my way. Juliana Notting, thank you for gifting a membership. He said, I'm going to be on my way. He wasn't going to testify yesterday. We thought he was going to testify Wednesday. He was testifying today, and he did a fantastic job. That guy is farting away. That guy is farting away. farting away, guys, living his best life. Poop daddy. Poop daddy, guys. Poop daddy. We are currently on the break. Kayla, hi Murad and Murad Nation. Apologies for my tardiness. I tried to watch back on the Kid Cudi testimony, but I just sped up through it and probably missed them. What's the update from this morning? Where's Nathan Nation? Thank you so much, Kayla, for the $20. Well, Kid Cudi's done a great job. He described Diddy as violent, said that basically, you know, that she was forced into a car, that one of his assistants, Capricorn Clark, was crying. Also that, you know, Brian Steele was a weak lawyer for the defense. He kept victim blaming Cassie, and that she played like Diddy. She gave the address to Diddy, therefore she was the one to be blaming for the blow up of the car. It was very weak arguments. Said that Diddy was lying when he said that he tried to act like he didn't do anything. Kid Cudi testified that Sean Diddy Combs' employee Capricorn called Kid Cudi from outside his own house that morning, and she told him that Diddy came to her apartment and physically forced her into a car. Kid Cudi said that his Porsche was damaged with a Molotov cocktail, and he also insinuated that Diddy tried to poison him because he was trying to hand 2 glasses of water. These are my own notes that I've written, so I'm just going to read them out to you guys each and every time. Someone said, not Murad with 401 followers. That's a good number. Thank you, Adi. Thank you, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Someone said these breaks be ready to take somebody out. Kid Cudi describing Diddy as violent is very important. I think it's so important. So important. Yo, awesome being my stomach hurt. My mom was crapping up. I'm glad you lot finding me funny. Court is on break now. Absolutely, yes. Court is currently on break. Court has been on break for nearly 40 minutes. Why did you have safety concerns? Diddy's lawyer, because I knew, Kid Cudi said, because I knew Sean Combs was violent. Such an important thing to say here. Such an important thing to say. What did Capricorn Clark tell you? Kid Cudi said, Sean Combs and an affiliate forced her into a car to come to my house. Forced her into a car. Brian Steele was trying to play Cassie as the villain, Cassie as the one being the messy one, Cassie as the one who was playing Kid Cudi and Diddy. How can she play these men between each other if she was being forced into a car? This is how great his testimony is, guys. Such an important, like, you can see his answers. It's just one sentence, and he did what he needed to. I'm just so happy that we've had such a great witness today on the stand. Like, I feel like, dare I say it, Kid Cudi's testimony was probably the strongest that we've ever had, period, since the trial began. Right, you look good, respectfully. Thank you. Fresh beard cut, fresh. Got the fresh beard cut and the fresh hair. Some people saying that Kid Cudi's testimony wasn't good because he confirmed he felt played by Cassie. But I think that anybody can feel played romantically. The jury knows that they were romantically involved. So I think that him stating that Cassie was forced into a car, Diddy would hit her, that he felt like Diddy was lying, are stronger statements for the jury to understand than Kid Cudi feeling like he was played by Diddy. The jury might also feel that Kid Cudi was played by Cassie because of Diddy being there and, of course, doing all of what he did. So, yeah, Kid Cudi saying that Cassie played him and etc. I don't think that that statement is as strong as the statements that he's made today, which are multiple against Diddy. Like, feeling played, guys, ain't that serious. Cassie's mother's testimony was solid too. Yeah, I agree. Murad, do you think the minors will be brought up in the trial? I don't think so as of right now. As of right now, I just don't think so. I just don't think so. We are currently on a break. We are 40 minutes into the break. So I imagine that it's going to resume any minute now. If anybody wants to join the live and come to the stage for a few minutes, the link is there and you're welcome to do so. Oh, look who just showed. Nathan done showed up. Welcome to the. Welcome, Nathan. Hopefully you're keeping well. Kid Cudi's statement was truly powerful. The fact that he confirmed that Diddy was violent and that Cassie was forced into this car, and that he feels like he said, "Oh, this guy was trying to give me water twice," insinuating that something was in the water and that he doesn't trust, and that he felt like Diddy was lying when Diddy tried to act like, oh, he was above it all. Then he also admitted that Diddy came to him and apologized to him for everything that happened. You don't apologize without omission of guilt. So this is why Kid Cudi's statement, the statements that he said against Diddy weigh far more and were very important. His statement was his testimony was just powerful. His testimony was powerful. We are currently on a court break. We are currently on the court break. Keep the tips coming. Keep the comments coming. And if anybody wants to join the live, the link is there. We are currently on a court break. Everything should resume in, I would imagine, 25 minutes. I can't believe a report was coming out that Diddy was I think prison is bad in either country, to be honest with you. Can you give us an update on Chris Brown? Well, Chris Brown has, I believe, landed back in America, and he's put up a statement on his Instagram to say that, you know, he's back in America. So I don't know if he's going to perform here in the UK, but I believe that he will. I believe that he will. Hello, Murad. Quick recap, please. Thank you so much for the £5. I appreciate it. You're looking great as always. Thank you for the updates. You're a star. Love you. Thank you, MB. Love you too. Well, Kid Cudi confirmed that Diddy was violent. He was a strong witness. Brian Steele, which was the lawyer for Diddy, had a very weak defense. Victim blamed Cassie, saying that, you know, she played Kid Cudi like she played Diddy. It wasn't really working. Kid Cudi professed that Cassie was forced into a car and that Capricorn Clark was crying on the phone. Kid Cudi also testified that basically Diddy would physically harm Cassie, and that Kid Cudi's Porsche was damaged with a Molotov cocktail, and that Kid Cudi felt like he was going to be poisoned with 2 glasses of water. He felt very weird. He also admitted that Diddy was lying, or he felt like Diddy was lying. So that is the update. Basically, a very strong testimony. Over the past 40 minutes was his testimony. Hold on. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Chris Brown's passport has been confiscated, so I don't believe he's in America, but he's somewhere. Hold on, let's get into this conversation real quick. There he is now. He's in the car. That's the back of his face, and of course he's leaving. He's been bailed. He paid a reported $4 million in bail, guys. It says here he obviously tweeted on a story from the cage to the stage, breezy bowl. And then on top of that, Brown was seen being transported. He was wearing a dark brown jumper. Bail conditions means that Brown must surrender his passport or any travel documents to the police. But there are exceptions which allows him to continue his breezy bowl, as he mentioned in Brown's Instagram post after being released. Each time the singer needs to travel internationally for a gig, his passport will be collected from police and returned to him by a lawyer. He will then surrender the documents to another lawyer when he arrives at his destination, so he can continue his tour. They will retain it until he travels to the next country. The singer is set to kick off his 20-year anniversary tour in Amsterdam next month. The UK leg begins on June the 15th, starting with 2 nights in Manchester, followed by Cardiff, London, Birmingham, Glasgow. He will return to the US on July 30th for his North American tour. He will be required to be back in the UK on October 24th for a further case management hearing. Yeah, because I was just thinking, when you're being bailed, you can't just fly back around. You are a flight risk. They're back. Court is in session, guys. They are back. They're back. Before the jury is brought in, prosecution states they want to put an exhibit showing Cassie scantily clad. We think it plays into a stereotype that if she dresses like this, she must have consented to the freak-offs. Interesting. Wow. This is what defense are doing. This is what the defense are doing. This is terrible, man. You really think this is going to work for you, defense? This is what you're doing. Let's pass through a picture of Cassie dressing in a very scanty kind of way, you know, wearing this kind of revealing outfit. This is the implication that you're giving. That's nasty. This ain't gonna work, guys. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. I'm so sorry. That's awful. That's awful. That's awful, guys. Right. The outfits had to be Diddy approved. Messy. Judge, I only have the album cover, Diddy's lawyer, and a Starbuck. We can bring it up on the screen. Does, but not for the public gallery. We have withdrawn some of the exhibits. It's rather about her career opportunities and the like. Oh, not dude, where's my lube? This case is a complete mess. That's just crazy. They're grasping at straws, pulling at straws, blaming the victim. Crazy. 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 An image of Cassie scantily clad. We think it plays into a stereotype that if she dresses like this, she must have consented. This is what because the thing is, the more of a low, guys, the more of a new low that the defense reaches, it shows us that they are desperate because they are trying to gather something. It's crazy to me. It's honestly crazy to me. How unnecessary. How unnecessary. Scantily clad images. That's what we want to show to the jury. And the jury is going to be dumb enough to see pictures of Cassie dressing in a revealing way and suddenly believe, yeah, she's guilty. Yeah, Diddy's innocent. So dumb. The judge says, what's the relevance of these exhibits? The next witness, did Cassie's makeup, but what's the purpose of the pictures? It's a 402 issue. First, relevance. Diddy's lawyer, Cassie testified about her career being impacted. Comey says, I'll stipulate. Clock it, judge. The judge is like, what's the relevance? What is the relevance? I don't understand. Why would you want to do that? The judge himself is saying that. Diddy's got 10 guys. No wonder Diddy is farting and farting it up in the courtroom and throwing out all of this gas. This man has 10 lawyers, and this is the best they can come up with. This is the best that they can come up with. I just can't believe it. It's just embarrassing. They want to show pictures of Cassie in her underwear. It's just crazy. They want to show pictures of Cassie in her underwear. And the prosecution is going to be like, you know what? Well done, defense. Well done for showing us pictures of Cassie in her underwear. You guys are right about everything. This is what this girl wanted to do because there are pictures of her in her underwear. They're also playing up to the fact that the majority of the jurors are men, not women. Crazy. This is how this man. I can't wait to the verdict day, guys, and we're all going to be there. And it's finally going to let us know what's going to happen to this man. The lawyers are playing pickleball. It doesn't make sense. Court is until 3 p.m. 3 p.m. New York time. I feel like people keep forgetting this, that Cassie's not on trial. It's about to be. Not Janice flirting with her wig. I am screaming, guys. I'm screaming. Wow. Jesus Lord. Not Birdie Nest wig. I just don't know what this is. It hasn't been reported yet that Janice was there. I just don't know what the hell is going on here, guys. Like, wow. It's really crazy. This one is of a public event, so what's the problem? Prosecution says it's a low-cut dress. The judge says I'm allowing it in, but not 652 nor 745. Bring the witness and the jury in. What's your name? She begins. Mila Morales. I'm a celebrity makeup artist. So, prosecution did not like their outfits because it was a low-cut dress, whereas the judge was like, I'm bringing it in, doesn't matter, but we can, take out these two ones that the defense wanted. And now we have Mila on the stand. I thought this was Spider-Man. No shade. When I had Mila Morales, I said, is this Spider-Man? Is Spider-Man on the stand? Because that's what it's given. Thank you, Juliana, for the £2. €2. I appreciate it. Like Mila Morales. Is that not Spider-Man's name? Is it not Mila? Like, was it Miles Morales? Not this person, Brock, with an actual Spider-Man profile picture. Oh, that's Miles Morales. So this might be Miles' sister, because that's what this is giving. Because how's your name Mila Morales? That is crazy to me. This is Spider-Man's sister. It must be her sister because I don't understand. The family reunion. They're cousins, right? That's what it's giving, cousin. Do you recognize anyone you worked for? She says Sean Combs in the grey sweater and white collar. When did you work for Diddy? 2000, 2005. Then who? Rihanna. Who else? Jennifer Lopez and Cassie. Child. Jennifer Lopez's name being dropped in this? I live for J-Lo's name being dropped. I live for that. I live for J-Lo's name being dropped. I live for that. What did you do with Cassie? Mila Morales says, sorry, I keep thinking of Spider-Man. 2007 until COVID, she was like a little sister to me. How much older than you are you? A few years. Did you see her with injuries on her face? 2010 Grammy weekend, Prince's party. Prince's name that keeps getting dropped in this as well. Sing, girl. You better sing. Sing, girl. You better sing like a canary. Sing like a canary. Keep the energy going. You better sing. Thank you for the $3, Campbell. Appreciate it. You better sing. 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 Because what's happening at Prince's party? You better sing. She said, who did you work for? I work for Jennifer Lopez. I work for Cassie. Prince is dead, yes. Did you see her with injuries on her face? Morales says yes in 2010 at the Grammy weekend Prince party. Thank you, Lorraine, for the £2. Where were you with her? She states, Beverly Hills. I fell asleep in the room and woke up to a commotion. Cassie walked in. Then Sean asking where the F is she? Prosecution, what did he do? Walk into the bedroom and he shut the door. Damn. Damn. This is getting good. Damn. This is getting... Probably. What did you hear behind? Mila said, yelling and screaming, both of them. Then Sean comes left. What did you see next? She said, Cassie. She had a swollen eye and knots on her head. I packed her things and we went to my house. Wow. Wow, guys. She's coming out swinging. Mila, guys, is coming out swinging. Okay? Coming out swinging. I like how it's quiet and chill here. Yeah, we're all laid back here. terribly sad. I want Jada to be subpoenaed. She should be. This is a big Diddy trial. This man should be. She should be subpoenaed. Right. We haven't even got onto the white parties yet. And what's happened at these parties. I feel like her name should be subpoenaed. Then, Mila Morales says, my doctor friend came in and examined her to see if she had a concussion. What were you afraid of? She said, I was afraid of Diddy. I feared for my life. Objection, moved to strike, overruled. Prosecution says, how long did she stay? Days. Have you done interviews about this? She says, a couple. Were you paid? No. Did you provide evidence? I provide evidence of photos of me and Kim Porter in the early 2000s. Prosecution states, were you paid? She states, yes, $1,000. They're all saying the same thing, guys. So many of these witnesses are testifying the same thing. Yeah, this is why Anthony Rico left. What the hell was he going to do to defend? They keep mentioning Kim's name. Why do they need a picture of her and Kim as evidence? I don't understand. I don't get that, guys. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand this. The judge excluded one photograph that seems to show Cassie holding a gun to her mouth. The defense argued that the photos it wants to introduce helped to illustrate what her career was like at the time. At least some of the photos are part of a photo shoot for Cassie's albums, which means that the photos are irrelevant. So the fact that the defense are trying to use photos to show her looking, scanty, which were actually a photo shoot for her album, is ridiculous. Ridiculous. No further questions. Oh, that's a very short. The judge has crossed Anna Estavo. Did you assist Cassie for any red carpet events? She said possibly, and some music videos, black and yellow. Anna Estavo, we have photos. 647, please. I wonder what photo this is, guys. What photo is this? Let's see where they're going with this, someone said. Can we see the photos? I'm nosy. Me too. All right, guys. Let's see how this cross-examination goes. All right? All right, guys. Let's see how this cross-examination goes, because Brian Steele did an awful job. But, let's just see how this one goes. Maybe Anna Estavo will do a good job here. We'll have to see. Only time will tell. Where are they going with this? Where are they going with this? I'm curious now. This will go, guys. We are live with the Diddy trial. Keep the tips coming. Keep the super chats coming. Keep the comments coming. Who's next on the super chat list? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? That's going to be crazy. We're all going to be there. They're going to say, Diddy, guilty on 3 counts. Faces 20 years in prison. It's going to be crazy. It hasn't been reported that his family is there. Let me check because I don't think so. Can't see reports. I can't see anything about reports today referencing the family anywhere. There's nothing. Photo from a video shoot is shown. That is the photo of 647, guys. Diddy's lawyer. The goal was that she looked put together. Yes. These photos show your artistry. You reposted them on Instagram. Yes. You were in a hotel room though you live near. Yes. Why does this matter? Why does this matter, guys? I don't know where they're going with this. I completely agree. I completely agree. I don't understand what this means. You met Cassie's family, her father. You called a doctor and a lawyer. The lawyer lives in San Fran. You provided emotional support? Yes. I don't get what they're doing, guys. I don't understand what they're doing. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Thank you, Kimber, for the $5. Thank you so much. I don't get what the motive is by questioning stuff like this for Cassie's makeup artist. Whilst I do appreciate that today's court session has been a lot more thorough, like we're getting through people quickly, things aren't being dragged on, and so that in itself I do appreciate. This is crazy, guys. Honestly, this is crazy. Like, what is this? You did an interview with CNN, with Extra TV, Don Lemon, Piers Morgan. Yes. Did Dateline reach out to you? I don't look at those anymore. Did you ask the government if you could do more? Look at this. Yeah, she did many interviews, guys. She did many interviews. Did Dateline reach out to you? Yes, Kid Cudi has testified. Like, surely she's allowed to go to the media. I don't understand. What is Dateline? What is Dateline, guys? I have no idea. That's what everyone's saying, that the interviews were not good. I haven't watched the interviews, but apparently they're not good, guys. I just don't understand. Thank you, moderator. Thank you for all being chill today. It's sweet. I know everyone's like super chill today. I love it. So you asked permission to speak to Dateline? She said, of course I asked. After the incident, neither Diddy or anyone from his company ever approached you. No one did. For a documentary, were you paid? Therapy. Therapy? Therapy? Huh? I don't understand. Potentially. Now this makes sense. Now this makes sense. Hola, Morales. So late to the chat. What did I miss? Oh, Lord. Kid Cudi. And his testimony was crazy. The Bleach on Juice Muye says, just want to bless you, Morale, with the $5. Thank you so much, guys. Keep the tips coming. We are live in the Diddy trial. And we are currently listening to Mila Morales, Spider-Man's sister, who has come forward to discuss her friendship. And she has name-dropped J-Lo, which I'm all here for. Which I am all here for. They dropped her name in it, saying that, you know, this particular person, Mila Morales, has worked for J-Lo. And it is so interesting to me that this makeup artist has worked for people who are basically connected to Diddy. I just find that to be interesting. I find that to be very interesting. You sold the photos to CNN for $1,000? Yes. No further questions. Lord. What? Wait, hold on. What photos? Ugh. That's... Someone said, I don't understand why her being paid is irrelevant. It just shows a motive. And no further questions. Next witness, Frederick Zemmour, the general manager of Hermitage Hotel, LA. Why are you here? I received a subpoena. I don't know, it's just a bit annoying that, you know, I mean, it does seem cheap as well, 1,000. So we have another new witness, guys. His name is Zamur. Frederick Samur, the general manager of Hermitage Hotel LA. It is. I didn't know I typed this fast, guys. I'm very confused. I thought this was standard for all of us. Hold on, guys. I want to see who this guy is. There we go. Found him. That was quick. That was quick. This is Frederick Zamur. He is a general manager. And this is him. We found him quick, guys. Guys, I can even type with my eyes closed that same speed. It's actually crazy. I'm probably finding people like Liam Neeson. Someone said, can't stop, won't stop typing. Are you familiar with the hotel reservation system as a prosecution? Zamora says, we have a system called Opera. We enter in personal preference. How long do you keep them? They stay forever. They stay forever. That server must be huge. I do wonder what they're going to play when it comes to this person. Someone said, prove it, Murad. How can I prove to you guys that I can type blind? I would love to. I'm not sure how I could. Someone said, let me guess, baby on Astroglide. I don't know what this guy's Zamura is going to testify to. It probably is going to be more baby oil. Like, baby oil. Someone said, type big heels, big wigs, big bellies. What did you tell me to type? Big heels, big bellies. I don't know what Zamora is going to say, guys. I don't know what Zamora is going to say. How reserved this room doesn't make sense. How did you reserve this room for Sean Combs? Ryan Lopez. Also, other names were used. When was this profile first created? 2006. It said Sean Combs and Bad Boy Records, then they changed it to Jackie Star. Let's look at 2011 to 2012. Who's Jackie Star? Who's Ryan Lopez? Ryan Rico Lopez. Who the hell is that? Who's Ryan Lopez, guys? Jackie Star. Jackie's, yeah, Cassie's alias. Ryan Lopez is Diddy's alter ego. Diddy does not need any alter egos. That man is already crazy as it is. Alter ego, you know. And I wonder why he would use the name Lopez. I'm just saying, it's a bit weird, isn't it, guys? From Sean Combs and Bad Boy Records to Jackie Star. Heading off to work. Thanks for the updates and giggles, Marauders. I'll be back, hopefully. Thank you, Natalie, for the $25. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. She said, Murad, I have another story to share with you, but I'm too scared to speak on the subject publicly. It relates to MIA and Jay-Z. Miss Parker! Miss Parker got the stories, baby. I would love to hear the story if you're ready. If you're ready, let me know. I'll send you the link. We need Sarah to come back and speak. Right, Sarah Rivers as well. Not Misha saying let the truth unfold. We are live, guys. The Marauders, all under Maraude Nation. We are live. If anybody wants to join, you guys are welcome to chat for a few minutes on the stream if you guys wish to. There is the link. We are live on the Diddy trial. It's been 2 hours and a half. We are live on the Diddy trial. Yeah, I saw this too. I agree. His staff are very lucky not to be indicted because I really thought Christina would have been indicted with this man. But it's that like they're so lucky not to be indicted, guys. Yep, this Monday there is going to be no trial for reminders. It is Memorial Day, so there's going to be no trial day for Monday. Trial will be off. Update this reservation. What's the bill? Over $2,000. It says only charge if Christina Coram approves. Her name is being mentioned again. What were the instructions? Put the room out of service for cleaning, like the room hot, set it for 75 degrees. Oh my God, this witch is being mentioned again and again. This ain't good news. This ain't got news. This ain't good news for her. This ain't good news for her at all. This ain't good news for her. Oh, it ain't good news for this witch. She's smiling now with her 25,000 teeth. She's smiling away. But she ain't smiling right now. I bet she ain't smiling right now. I'm waiting on KK, honey. I'm waiting on KK. I'm waiting on KK, honey. I'm waiting on KK. That's what I'm waiting on. That's what I'm waiting on, guys. What are these complaints? Candle wax on carpet, security called, charge $500. Candle wax on carpet. This is what this guy was in the Cassie. No further questions. Cross-examination, none. We are running through people. They are moving crazy. Next witness, guys, is Special Agent Josh Croft. Wow. They are moving quick. This is what the defense only wanted. The prosecution just to ask simple questions like this. I don't understand the impact of Zamora. She must be going down next in a separate trial, or she's turned against Diddy and she's going to testify. That's what I think is going to happen. They're building a story. They are building a story. They're going down it quick. Additional notes. The jury just noted associated with the hotel profile associated with Sean Diddy Combs. Those notes include, please monitor outside his room down the hall to spray air freshener, always spills candle wax on everything and uses excessive amounts of oil, place the room out of order upon departure for deep cleaning, please authorize an extra $1,000 when guests stay with us to cover any room damages. Someone said that was a waste of time. Come to the front, KK. Come to the front. We're waiting. We won't jump you. Come to the front. There's going to be a twist with KK. I just know there's going to be a twist with her. Where did you work? Homeland Security. I extract data from computers. Okay, come on, let's go. Let's go, guys. Come on, let's go. What is your training? The SAN's Institute. What does that stand for? I don't really know. They are opaque in that way. Homeland Security, and they extract data from computers. This is me right now. This person is me right now. Let's sit down and get into this Homeland Security. Let's get into Homeland Security, baby. Let's get into Homeland Security. Talking about how he works for, I extract data from computers. Well, come on, extraction. Come on, extraction. I live for an extraction, guys. I'm sat for this. Summertime says, not the Diddy hard drives. Someone said, what's on the computers? Now that may be an interesting witness. I absolutely agree. Got my attention now, says Lydia. Come on, extraction team. You better extract now. I extract data, he says. Oh my God. The SAN's Institute. Special Agent Josh Croft, guys. I need to know what this man is about to say. This is a very interesting comment. I'm sitting here thinking Diddy could have just bought an apartment in New York, Miami, made it a freak-off apartment in somebody else's name. All these money booking hotels and leaving damage is unnecessary and crazy. I don't know why he wouldn't have done that. Mark Marsington says we need to see the court transcripts. You can actually buy them online for $500, I think, which I think is crazy expensive. He's a computer forensics agent. He's the 16th witness called by the prosecution. We've gone through 16 witnesses, guys. That is crazy. Child, computer forensics agent. This is the SANS Institute, cybersecurity training, degrees, cyber defense. How have we gone through 16 people? It's crazy. Yeah, yesterday they were boring us to death. I completely agree. He is getting roasted for not knowing what SANS means, which I think is very stupid. I can't lie to you. You work in cybersecurity and you don't know what the SAN stands for. What does that stand for? I don't really know. They are opaque in that way. What kind of answer is this? It's so dumb. Such a dumb answer. Such a dumb answer. Like, come on. Yep, he does. This is why this man is so interesting. What tools do you use? TX1 and digital collector. Whose laptop did you extract? Cassie's. This is a MacBook Pro, roughly from 2010, 2011, with a white case. I don't understand. I don't understand why he would. Why are they not extracting Diddy's devices? Am I being confused? I don't understand. Yeah. This is interesting, guys, but why Cassie's laptop? I don't understand. Did you boot it up? I got to the MacBook factory default screen, but you got data? Yes, the hard drive had data. I'm not overridden by the factory reset. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. The hard drive had data. The hard drive had data. Her laptop under Diddy's control. This picture is so funny. This is all of us right now looking at Diddy's laptop. We've been back from break, Kimberly. We've been back from break. I mean, basically, have half an hour left of the day. Still waiting for an update, guys. I wonder why they're rolling in much slower now than they did initially. The defense did some damage. Rapper Kid Cudi's testimony that his car was blown up in his driveway while he was in Cassie did not prove Sean was behind the arson, defense attorney said. In the cross-examination of Kid Cudi, defense attorneys were able to cast doubt on claims that Diddy and his co-conspirators were involved. The defense did some damage because there was no direct evidence that Diddy was involved. There was never an arrest. There was never prosecution related to that incident. Maris said Kid Cudi testified that he never saw who blew up his car or didn't direct information about it. He just believed it could be Diddy because he thought Diddy was violent. The arson incident, legal experts say, is a key piece of the prosecution's argument that Diddy ran a criminal enterprise consisting of violent behavior and procurement of narcotics. Interesting. So apparently legal experts, well, the CNN legal expert, Misty Maris, has said that the defense actually did some damage. Interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting, guys. Why is this taking so long? What is unallocated space? Agent says something not viewable, something previously deleted. Explain how computers store data. You have a table of contents. A file can be stored in unallocated space. I don't get the prosecution's questioning behind this. Right. What did you find? Let the court did you find? Let it out before the court ends. Right. Let it out before the court ends, guys. We want to know. What is unallocated space? Something not viewable, something previously deleted. Explain how computers store data. You have a table of contents. A file can still be stored in unallocated spaces. Okay. Yeah, still waiting for an update, guys. We are still waiting for an update. Someone said, is Twitter acting up? It is acting up. I thought it was just me. This app is not Twitter going down now. Twitter, don't go down now. Not Twitter going down. I don't have time for this. So factory resetting doesn't actually delete all the files? No. Yep, Twitter's... What is going on with Twitter, guys? I don't have time for this. Someone said they're about to drag this and leave us with a cliffhanger. Like, I'm tired of the cliffhangers, guys. Why are they taking so long, guys? We have 20 minutes left of today's court session. Someone played the EastEnders music at the end. I don't think Americans even know what EastEnders is. So on these three laptops, how were they backed up? Agent says iTunes was used before iCloud. Some looks a little funky, but you can validate the funky, as you say, data by going to the raw data. Yes, nothing further. I don't understand that. So we're not going to know what's on here. I'm so confused. Guys, something Twitter is down, man. Like this app is not. This app is freezing on me. What do you mean by nothing further? What does that mean? I think after this is going to say adjourned. Interesting. They're all down. It must be the end after this. Why aren't they telling us what's here? I don't get it. So on these three laptops, how are they backed up? iTunes was used before iCloud. Some look a little funky, but you can validate the funky, as you say, data by going to the raw data. Yes, I think this is more of a threat. What prosecution have said? They said yes, nothing further. Can you imagine being Diddy right now, listening to this person saying this? That everything that he thought he might have deleted. Someone says, "Do you, were you on Oxford Street today?" I was on Oxford Street today. I absolutely was, Mr. Broader Black. I was on Oxford Street today. Maybe you saw me. I was in a white t-shirt. That's what I'm saying. I'd be panicking. I feel like they did this on purpose, prosecution, because they know that they're going to use a lot more of this content. Okay, people are saying read the CNN content. Let's see what CNN are saying in this trial. He said one of the laptops had been set to factory default and another open to a login screen with a user profile for Frank Blank. Former Sean Diddy Combs executive assistant George Kaplan previously testified that hotel rooms were usually reserved under the name Frank Blank. The third laptop, which has some dents and bends, would not power on, he said. That's the extra information that we're getting. Guys, why is Twitter down? This is crazy. This is crazy. Twitter is down, guys. Twitter is down. Okay, we're back. Hey, Murad, I'm from Nottingham, but now living in Canada. Nice. I just went on CNN. Damn. Snapchat as well. Well, it's a good job YouTube ain't down, guys. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here right now. YouTube is still up and running. I've noticed that out of all the apps, guys, let me not jinx it, but YouTube doesn't go down as much as the rest. Defense. On one of the laptops, there was a Frank blank profile. Yes. Did you process every file? Yes. Have a wonderful weekend. Frank blank. Did you process under... Why would they say have a wonderful weekend? Frank blank. Did you proceed under Cassie's consent? Under warrant. Why would they say have a wonderful weekend? I don't understand. Why are they saying have a wonderful weekend? Also, they don't. Inner City Press today is not stating as to where or what lawyer is in charge of the defense here, but I don't understand this. Why is there no court tomorrow? You guys are saying no court tomorrow. Why? Memorial Day weekend. Oh, so that applies to Friday as well. No court on Monday, but not Friday. Someone said tomorrow is Friday. We need you guys here on deck. Memorial Day is Monday, guys. Not Friday. Oh my god, Twitter is down. What's going on? Guys, I can't do anything else. Judge, no more witnesses. Jurors, I intend to release you early. Any objections? Laughter. Don't read anything about the case. Go for a walk. Watch the Knicks avenge their games, and you must tattle. We're making great progress. All rise. Okay, so everything's ending for today. The judge has confirmed that they are basically ending this today. Apparently, they announced it on Court TV that tomorrow there isn't, but I guess we will see. I didn't think Friday was counted. So if there's no court tomorrow and there's no court on Monday, guys, I'm going to see you guys on Tuesday. Tuesday, we're going to be resuming. Thank you to everybody who joined this live. Do click that subscription button. Thank you for the tips. Does anybody want to send a last-minute tip before I end the live? Please, you are more than welcome to. In the comments, send a super chat. Today was great, guys. Today was great. We had Kid Cudi in his testimony. Kaplan talked about how Diddy was throwing apples at Gina. We had Diddy basically testifying strong about Diddy being violent and forcing, in a car and etc. We then had the makeup artist who testified to Diddy being harmful, but that wasn't really it. And then, of course, we had this agent talking about, data extraction and that there were things left. And I think that the prosecution didn't ask what was on that because they're going to do that later on in the next couple of weeks. They're not doing that right now. They have a plan. They're laying out the groundwork. I will be doing a video later on today, a 10-minute recap for everything. So that if you guys are still confused with this live, if you joined this live late, then you will be getting that before. Thank you, Ali Berry, for the £5. Thank you so much, Ali Berry, for the £5. She got in there before I ended this live. She said, I'm going to give you XYZ. Adi says, have a wonderful weekend. You guys have a wonderful weekend too. Follow my Instagram at Murad_Morali. It's right there on the screen at Murad_Morali. Follow me on my Instagram to see my travels, what I'm up to, what I'm doing. Definitely do so because I love to travel. Thank you guys for joining the stream. We were here for 3 hours today. Okay, come on, Kira. Kira with the $2. You guys are coming in with the last minute tips. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that, guys. Are you live tomorrow? I'm not. Tuesday I'll be live. Next day I'll be live will be Tuesday. Tuesday. Have a good weekend, guys. I'm off to Spain, says Ali. Enjoy your holiday in Spain. Wow, so jealous. Don't worry, guys. I'll still be giving you guys daily videos every single day. I'm not going anywhere. But there might not be any lives because, of course, you know, there's not anything going on. Oh, Victoria got in there last too. Thank you for the $5. Enjoy your weekend. See you again Tuesday. Thank you, Victoria. Enjoy your weekend as well, guys. Come on, last minute tips. I live for a last minute tip. See you on Tuesday, guys. Caroline says, thank you so much, I'll chat to you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye all. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. Let's recharge. Let's rest and recharge. Rest is good for us, guys. Let's all rest this weekend, and we will come back on Tuesday.